So remember how I said first impressions on Love Island are almost never accurate? Vasana's not gonna be a fan favorite. Why does everyone look better than their cast photos? So basically, Zach hates Kenzie. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Reagan Harris, and today we're getting into some more juicy reality TV drama in my segment Reality TV Comments, where I break down the latest trending shows. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hype up this video so we can grow our Love Island community here. You saw the title. Let's get into Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 1. But first, some quick channel guidelines. All right, let's get into this drama because I definitely have comments. Those who don't know, Love Island is a reality dating show that follows, quote, America's sexiest singles over a period of 6 weeks as they look for love and compete for a chance to win $100,000. Episode 1 starts off with Islanders Anaya and Kenzie entering the villa. Anaya looks great in this cutout orange dress, and Kenzie is serving in this butter yellow bodycon dress. They both look really cute and clearly very excited for the experience. Anaya's full of energy and mentions that she works as a marketing director for her family's nonprofit organization. She says she's been single 6 months while holding up 8 fingers.
I have been single for 6 months.
She says she's ready to settle down and start a family. Anaya and Kenzie sit down to get to know each other, and they seem to really be hitting it off. And immediately by this conversation, I can already tell Kenzie is going to be hilarious. I mean, Kenzie is going to be a key.
But I do get emotional at night, though. I'm so amazing! I feel all of this excitement in my veins, like it's something. Yes! I'm so happy to be here!
Kenzie says she's very much a lover girl and is hoping to find what her parents have, which is a marriage that's been together for 30 years. And listen, the way Kenzie was hitting them splits the entire episode, I have no doubt she'll find it. She says in her last relationship, it was a 1.5 years ago, and unfortunately in it, she was very needy. Anaya and Kenzie seem to be having one of those conversations where you meet a fellow girly pop and you just seem to connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see how long these good vibes last.
Bitch, you're my soulmate.
Our next Islander, Melanie, enters the villa, and Melanie looks gorgeous. I love her teal-colored dress.
You're not going to believe this, but our third Q Island...
She looks like a pretty fairy princess.
You look like a fairy princess that resides over the pits of hell.
All the girls look super tea so far. I'm really loving Melanie's energy. In her intro video, she says something very interesting.
Any real woman that loves women never, ever, ever, ever has to say, I'm a girl's girl. It just shows.
Ladies, what's your opinion on this? Drop down in the comments and let me know. I actually very much agree with Mel on this one. Melanie says in her dating life, she always ends up picking the guys who don't want to settle down, who don't want to plan a future. She says that if she meets someone that's serious about settling down and getting married, she'll give her husband however many kids he wants. I agree with Mel on this one as well, but doesn't the scene remind you of that scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin?
I'll just like Thor. I'll just like Iron Man. What do they do? I'll do it.
So far, all 3 girlies seem to be getting along just fine. Our next 2 Islanders enter the villa, and it is Beatrice and Trinity. Beatrice has on a really cute red 2-piece set, and Trinity has on a really cute blue sparkly 2-piece set. I love Beatrice's energy. Beatrice.
A few moments later.
And the guy has this chainsaw. I'm gonna cut you to pieces. And I was like, joke's on you. I'm already in pieces.
Beatrice is really into athletics. As you may know, she's a 2-time Paralympian. She mentions in her childhood she loved being competitive with her brothers and that one of her bonding moments with her father was watching football on television. Why does everyone look better than their cast photos? I mean, the cast photos were cute, but like, everybody's looking gorgeous on screen. Trinity pops in and says she's looking for a man who calls the shots and isn't ugly. Okay. She also mentions she's looking for someone with golden retriever energy. Then comes in Ariana Madix. Ariana comes in stepping as usual. Ariana asks Melanie what brought her to Love Island, and she says basically what she's been doing in her love life is not working. She's been trying everything and it's just not going through. Ariana asks Trinity why quitting her job was worth coming to Love Island, and she says hopefully she's here to find her husband. Trinity reveals that she does fall fast, but that doesn't mean people can play in her face. That is exactly what that means. Ariana then asks Kenzie, is she more of a roster girl or is she a one-guy dater? She mentions that she's very much a monogamous dater. She can only talk to one guy at a time and that this experience is going to be very hard for her. Question, Kenzie, you do know you're on Love Island, right? Where you have to date multiple people to find which one fits best for you? Moving on. Asks Anaya what made her apply to Love Island, and she says she was out with a friend and decided to take a chance. Anaya states that she's definitely a roster girl and uses it as a way to explore her different options to figure out what she wants, and I completely agree with that. Then asks Beatrice how men react to her being such an amazing professional athlete. She wanted to know if men can be insecure about it. And unfortunately, she says that yes, she can relate to that. Our next two Islanders arrive and it's Sincere and Bryce. And I don't know why, but something told me Sincere was going to be the first guy to arrive.
Somebody doesn't care about the planet.
Both guys are dressed pretty well and seem to be really excited to meet the ladies. Guys greet the ladies and Ariana asks them to introduce themselves. Sincere goes first and mentions that he does coaching for track and field outside of this. Immediately, everyone starts to make a connection between him and Beatrice. In Sincere's intro video, he mentions that he's been single for a while and he's looking for that chase, that adrenaline rush. He describes himself as an Energizer bunny and says he's ready to go, quote, ready to hit it. You know how I said he was going to be a problem? Yeah. Ariana asks Sincere if he can live up to his name, and he says 100%. We shall see. Bryce is next to introduce himself, and he says that he's been modeling for quite a while now, and it's allowed him to move to a bunch of different cities to pursue his modeling. Sounds a bit unstable, but I will say this, Bryce could cut a damn piece of bread with that jawline. Ariana asks him what's something that people wouldn't expect to know about him, and he mentions that since he's a model, people expect him to be a certain way, but he's really emotional and sensitive. And y'all, look how Kenzie was staring at him when he said this. It's safe to say that at this moment, I can see something developing between Kenzie and Bryce. In Bryce's intro video, he mentions that modeling can be very financially unpredictable. He says that sometimes he can have a lot of money and other times he's trying to figure out how to pay his rent. And you came here for love? Listen, I'm not judging. As a fellow actor and model, that's very typical for a creative career. But that's why it's typically encouraged for people who are into creative careers to have multiple streams of income. Our next Islander enters in, and it is Zach. Zach is looking good, okay? Am I tripping, or did his cast photo really not do him any justice at all? Zach then reveals to the rest of the cast that his brother was actually on last season, Charlie, which catches everyone off guard. Ariana asks him if he feels like he'll do better than Charlie, and he says that he's pretty much already doing better than Charlie because he's here from the start and Charlie wasn't. Well, damn. In Zach's intro video, he states that his last relationship lasted 4 years until the love just kind of fizzled out. Any man that says that the love fizzles out is automatically a red flag to me because that shows that he's chasing thrills and not stability. Zach also reveals that he shaved his ass. Why? He says he wants an alpha woman. Zach is asked by Trinity how long he's been single, and he says 3 years, and he's never had his heart broken. Our next two Islanders enter, and it is Casey and Sean. Casey arrives in a pink suit. Okay, besides the suit, Casey is looking really good. Sean came in with,
Don't worry, I gave him a subtle.
Sean looks very nice. Both start to introduce themselves to everyone, and I'm really paying close attention to Casey. I'm noticing that he's looking each woman directly in her eyes, hugging them, making sure he gets their name. And it has me thinking, I thought Sincere was going to be a problem, but I think it might be Casey. Sean starts to introduce himself to the group and starts off by saying that he's a police officer. Damn, Sean is fine too? They were so wrong for those cast photos. Says he prefers his women with curves and thinks that having a nice and thoughtful personality makes you super sexy as well. He reveals that he was in a 10-year relationship. So you were married. He reveals that he was in a 10-year relationship and that once the relationship ended, he went on a dating spree and downloaded a bunch of dating apps, which resulted in him welcoming a child into the world.
I had gotten somebody pregnant and
Casey starts to introduce himself to the group, and he starts to describe what his job entails being a nursing assistant at a nursing home. He then states that if he met the right person, he would definitely be willing to settle down. The Islanders proceed to play a compatibility game that involves doors with answers on them.
That's my bad. Those are massive doors. Sorry, it gets me every time.
By the end of each question, Each islander will open the door and reveal who also matched with them on the other side. Then they have to kiss their match. Casey is the first guy to open the door for the first question, and he has Anaya. Anaya gets to choose between Casey and Sincere. I don't know if nerves got in the way, but the kiss between her and Casey was awful. Now, the kiss between her and Sincere, they could have some potential. I mean, it sounded like Casey was choking our girl with his tongue. Bryce then opens the door for him and Sean, and they both have Trinity and Beatrice in front of them. Sean and Trinity's kiss was great, but his kiss with Beatrice was legendary. Zach opens his door and Melanie and Kenzie are there. His kiss with Mel was very cutesy, very demure, but his kiss with Kenzie? Damn! I think Kenzie could have some options here. We move on to our next question, and the question is, what kind of person are you? Dog, cat, or plant? Sean and Sincere open their dog door, and their matches are Kenzie, Anaya, Beatrice, and Melanie. Sean is clearly not going to be holding back in these challenges this season, and I love it.
I love this game. I don't ever sit down with a girl on a first date and I'm like, my name's Sean, I like doggy style.
I thought his first kiss with Beatrice was spicy, but no, he's kissing all the girls like this. He even pins Melanie's arms against the wall. Sincere made out with Melanie like he was in love. Next, Bryce and Zach open their cat door to reveal Trinity, and her kiss with Bryce shocked the hell out of me. At the end of their kiss, Bryce was looking at Trinity like, please don't go. And Trinity mentioned her kiss with Bryce was really nice, but she could tell her kiss with Zach lacked chemistry. Casey chooses plants and is left with no match. Next question is whether or not it's okay to check your partner's phone. Never, sometimes, or always. Sean chooses never and opens his door once again to reveal Anaya and Beatrice. Boom! You know Sean ain't wasting no time. Casey, Bryce, and Zach choose sometimes, and they open their door to reveal Trinity, Melanie, and Kenzie. Trinity and Bryce get right to it. Casey is clearly filling his kiss with Melanie. Zach is in blonde girl heaven, I think. We'll come back to that later. Kenzie gets to Bryce and she's not feeling their kiss at all.
Like, it was like a turtle tongue. It was like,
ew. Now it's time for the Islanders to couple up. Each guy has a door with their name on it, and each girl gets to decide which guy she would like to stand in front of. This happens until there are officially 5 couples formed. Bryce opens his door first, and our first official couple of the season is Bryce and Trinity. And honestly, the way they were in each other's throats, I'm not shocked. They both seem happy with each other. Sean then opens his door, and of course, it's Beatrice. This makes our second official couple of the season. Casey's grinning ass is next and opens his door to reveal absolutely no one. Shit. Remember how I said Casey could be a problem? Never mind. Sincere is next, and he opens his door to reveal Melanie and Anaya. He has to make a decision, and he's very thoughtful about it. He ends up choosing Melanie. And now we officially have our third couple of the season, Sincere and Melanie. Zach opens his door to reveal our last girl, Kenzie, and we officially have our 4th couple of the season. This subsequently means that Anaya and Casey are our official 5th couple of the season. Ariana then asks Anaya how she feels about being coupled up with Casey, and she says that she's actually really interested to explore the connection, and she's happy with the result. Casey reveals that he's been looking at Anaya since he walked through the door, and actually expected her to be behind his door. I don't know. Do I buy that? The couples break off to get to know each other, and the Islanders walk around to explore the village. Casey and Anaya are having a conversation, and the conversation is flowing. I mean, it's coming off very natural, and he appears a lot less immature than I initially thought from all the smirking. Anaya mentions her dad was in the NBA, and Casey's entire face lights up. From the surface, he seems to be really interested in her. And even in his confessionals, he seems a lot more thoughtful and like emotionally intelligent. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching. Sincere and Melanie are getting to know each other, and their conversation is flirty and cute. You know, they connect on both being Philadelphia Eagles fans. Sincere actually mentions that his dad is either from or currently lives in Philly, where Melanie's from, but he never goes there. Kenzie and Zach are talking, and they actually end up finding out that they have more in common. Zach also worked in the medical field as a rehab assistant at a hospital. Although their conversation doesn't seem to have much depth to it, I'm not mad at it. Yeah. See Bryce getting to know Trinity, and it's cute. That's all I have to say so far on that. We have Sean and Beatrice. Their conversation is about what she does for a living and what kind of music he likes. He says he's really into country music, which she hates, and she then proceeds to make a joke about her disability, which I really love that she's very comfortable and confident enough to do that. I don't know, something tells me that Sean has a wandering eye. But I don't know. It could be her. Girls Lounge, all the ladies are trading opinions about their current matches, and everyone, for the most part, seems to be happy. Then we flash over to Zach, who basically says he's not feeling the chemistry with Kenzie at all.
Big thing, but that need to want to actually like be really like affectionate, and that's just not there right now.
Crazy to me because Kenzie was definitely Zach's best makeout partner in the game. So other than that, the rest of the guys seem happy with their choices as well. It's a new day in the villa, and now it's time for the guys to make breakfast for the ladies. Trinity is in the girls' lounge reconsidering her feelings for Bryce. She just can't seem to get over the 7-year age gap that they have. She's 22, he is 29. I don't know, I feel bad for Bryce in this situation because he seems to like really be putting forth effort. I see him, helping the guys out with their other breakfasts. I see him making a breakfast for Trinity and really trying to find something that she could like. I just don't think my girl is feeling him at all. I hate that for him. It's giving that immediately whenever another bombshell comes in, Trinity is out the door. At this point, Zach hates Kenzie, and I don't know why, because he seemed really into her in last night's game. So Anaya and Casey are having another conversation, and I don't know, y'all. I'm in the feels for them. I like them. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I don't know. The more this couple interacts with each other, the more I like them. I'm rooting for them. Meanwhile, Beatrice is having a problem with the fact that Sean has a kid, which she knew when she picked his door. So Sincere and Melanie are talking and they're in love. The Islanders will now have the chance to decide whether or not they'd like to stay in their connection. Time on both sides of the door, there appears to be a red dot and a green dot. The red dot means that you are not happy in your connection and you'd like to explore. Green dot means that you are happy in your connection. First couple to choose is Beatrice and Sean. Beatrice chooses red. She chooses not to stay in the connection. Sean chooses green. Sean chooses to stay in the connection. And I'm really blown away because Beatrice was the one who chose Sean. So next is Kenzie and Zach. And you already know Zach went straight for the red. He couldn't jump to the red dot fast enough. And my girl Kenz, she chose green, of course. Trinity and Bryce went after, and they both actually chose to leave the connection, which I thought Bryce was feeling Trinity. What happened? Casey and Anaya both choose to stay in the connection. Melanie and Sincere both choose to stay in their connection as well, and I live. Ariana then reveals 2 new bombshells coming into the villa immediately, in that whoever is standing on the green dot does not get a chance to explore outside of their connection. In comes Kata and Gabriel.
Kata and Gabriel.
Kata's gorge, and she says that she'll be stepping on toes if she has to. And we all know Gabriel from the cast reveal video. Gabriel steps in and tongues Beatrice down. And I think Zach can hear this because it's loud and his face is giving. Kata tongues down Zach and Kenzie is devastated. Gabriel then comes to tongue down Trinity, and baby, they got to it. Whole time, this is me and Anaya watching. And I don't know, was it me or did Sincere look like he regretted choosing the green dot after he saw Kata? And there you have it, guys. Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 1. Now I want to hear your thoughts. What did you guys think of this episode? Who do you think will be the fan favorite couple? Who do you think is completely different than you expected? Drop down in the comments. Let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hype up this video so that it could reach other Love Islander fans. Thank you, guys. Bye, guys.